and welcome to our show. It is another weekend and we are here to deal. And like I always to tell you, if it is important, we will deal. And what's more important than your comfort and your general well-being? And for you to have this comfort and general well-being I'm talking about, you must have access to the basic necessities of life. You must have access to social amenities, infrastructures, and all the perks that come with it. It is the government's responsibility to provide this infrastructure. And that is why the government has been divided into 3 tiers. The first tier being the federal government, the second tier, the state government, and the third, the local government. The local government is charged with the responsibility of bringing development to the grassroots. It is the duty of the local government to ensure that people at the grassroots level have access to the basic necessities of life. But what is the situation in Nigeria? Are the local governments in Nigeria performing at full capacity and delivering on their given mandates? If the answer is no, then why? What are the challenges and what is the way forward? That is our focus on today's show. Our discussions and our conversations will be hitting on the local government system in Nigeria. And to help us through the conversation, we have some very, very special guests in the house. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. And of course, we have you. Please join in the conversation. We want to hear your thoughts, your concerns, your questions, your recommendations. The feedback line will soon be on display. And if there's any local government that you know that is doing so well, please let us know so we can celebrate such. We will celebrate them. It is Weekend Deal, coming to you live from the network service of the NTA. My name is Patience Eloyi Abba, and I am always excited to be here. Do you want to know the reason for my excitement? I will tell you. It is because you're there. Thank you for always keeping a date with us. We'll begin our show like we always do by going to the newsroom. And I'm aware that Niger 2 is standing by. Good morning to you, Niger 2.
Good morning, Patience, and your excitement is quite infectious. Welcome to the news segment. I'm Naja'atu Tijani. The Joint Senate Committee on Finance and National Planning, in continuation of its public hearing on the 2021-2023 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework Fiscal Strategy paper, says revenue-generating agencies complying with regulations on remittances to the Federation account will receive support, while those which fail will risk being taken off the national budget in the 2021 fiscal year. Johnny Aku reports.
Nigeria Customs Service on how to improve revenue in the coming years noted the challenges of the free trade agreement, but hopes that the end of COVID-19 will improve imports while calling for review of import levies.
I found out from my colleagues, customs heads, it's only Nigeria that we allow Coca-Cola to produce and pay nothing.
The Nigerian Export Promotion Council, on its part, advocated for shift from oil revenue to commodity exports to earn more foreign exchange for the country.
Our only foreign exchange is from oil. So that's why we were susceptible to all these challenges that oil brings to us.
Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clem Agba, the NNPC and the DG Budget Office agreed on a proposed $40 per barrel benchmark, 379 naira to the dollar exchange rate, and oil production rate of 1.7 million barrels per day, in line with the OPEC production cut.
Draft 2021-2023 MTEF FSP has been prepared against the backdrop of a global recession and heightened global economic uncertainty.
We have to hurt the industry just to ensure that we comply with OPEC, because when we have to do that to ensure that the price picks up again.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, and Chairman of the committee stressed the need to improve revenue to finance the country's budget deficit.
The time has come for us as an administration to start to think of other sources and means of funding our infrastructure.
If you are partly funded and you generate revenue which you spend and which is more than some of the budget aid contained in your budget document, you have to give it.
Also at the hearing was the Director General of Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed.
The digitization of NTA was supposed to have commenced even before the DSO was introduced. But like I said, out of the 5 necessities necessary to make NTA a partially commercialized enterprise, only one was put in place. And this is the situation to date.
The Federal Inland Revenue Services was urged to deploy technology in the collection of stamp duties. In Abuja, John Yaku, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the management of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, has described as false and malicious a report making the rounds on social media alleging that the Senate committee has discovered a financial fraud running into billions of naira in the joint venture arrangement between the NTA and Star Times. In a sharp reaction, the management averred that neither the chairman of the committee, Senator Solomon Olamileko, nor any member alluded to fraud during the entire session. And diasporans have been called upon to assist the nation with technologically driven initiatives to tackle national threats. The Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on Diaspora and NGOs, Ibrahim Oluriegbe, said this during an oversight visit to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, adding that it would complement government's efforts at curbing insecurity. Elizabeth Omori reports.
Performance, successes recorded, and challenges within 1 year of establishment, as well as prospects to drive the objectives of the Commission, are the reasons behind the visit. They say the economic and technical expertise of diasporans are crucial to support the economic agenda of the federal government.
We should be able to look at ODAs, Overseas Development Assistance, that will support some of the activities that you do. I know you have mentioned that you work with this, but how do we explore that in specific terms? So will we write the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then we will invite you, so that we invite the two. We will write them to be able to provide us updates so that we can be able to abstract that, and then we'll be able to make our input.
Amendment of legal frameworks, remittances, and mortgage programs for diasporans were also raised.
9.6% is what you pay to transfer anything from anywhere in the world. It's too high. Why others pay 3%? So one is legally, a legal framework and stuff all that. And the second is that from the charges from this money, IMTOs, something must come to Nigeria. Even if it's just a certain percentage of what they charge. If you charge 3%, not even 9.6%, a percentage comes to Nigeria through the Commission to be able to do some diaspora investment or infrastructural development.
The Commission is already developing an app to help harness the potential of Nigerians in diaspora, while efforts are being made to have an effective database system. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
And to electoral matters now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says the commission, it has received 17 candidates and deputy governorship candidates for the Ondo governorship election. In accordance with Section 35 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, and as provided in the timetable and schedule of activities released on 6th February 2020, withdrawal and substitution of candidates ended at 6 p.m. on 18th August 2020. A statement by the INEC National Commissioner for Information's Festus Okoye, however, indicates that 4 political parties which earlier made valid nominations have substituted their candidates. The African Democratic Congress ADC, Action Democratic Party ADP, and the People's Democratic Party PDP withdrew and substituted their deputy governorship candidates, while the Zenith Labour Party ZLP substituted both its governorship and deputy governorship candidates. Consequently, the Commission has published the final list of nominated candidates in the state and local government offices in Ondo State. Similarly, the All Progressives Congress has inaugurated another committee to reconcile members within the party in some affected states. The chairman of the Caretaker and Extraordinary National Convention Committee of the party, Maimala Buni, says aggrieved members who left the APC are now ready to return unconditionally. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
Within 3 months in office, the Caretaker and Extraordinary National Convention Committee of the APC has set up 3 strategic reconciliation committees. This is the latest of such committees expected to reconcile aggrieved members of APC in Imo,